Hello there, welcome back to the Groomsmen. I'll be your host Jonathan. Today I'm using Rendezvous by 345 Shave Soaps. This is a dupe of Versace Pour Homme, which is a pretty roundabout scent, just a standard cologne scent. I mean, it's really nice, very peak. As far as my preferences go, my wife really likes it, which is she picked this out today. I mean, if you like Versace Pour Homme, you'll like this. If you don't, then you probably won't. It's a pretty easy one. I think most people will like Versace Pour Homme. There's not a lot to be like questioned or anything. There's no like crazy notes in it or anything. It's a standard cologne scent. It's really nice though. I do really like it. I had the full set with the EDP. I ran out of the EDP, so I got some other stuff right now, but got it all lathered up here with my Grizzly Bay brush here. It's red with some gold flakes in here. I won this in a raffle a long time ago. It's got a maggards SHD 2-band. It was already installed with that when I won it. And I'm pretty sure they set it with something permanent like epoxy. I tried once very briefly to pull the knot and it didn't come out easy, so I gave up after that. I didn't feel like drilling it out or nothing. The knot itself is nice, it's very soft. It's a little floppy. You can kind of tell like it's got a lot of loft, so it doesn't ever have a lot of backbone at all. But it's alright. Definitely sprays well. 345 makes an excellent soap. Very reasonably priced. I think it's like 15 bucks for a large tub of soap. I think he's got 5.8 ounces, which is more than most companies put in their tubs nowadays. Their splashes and everything are reasonably priced as well. They have a nice company. I've heard good things about their barbershop scent. Fresh Cut Fade, but I haven't used it yet. But I hear about it all the time. For the razor today, I'm using one that I've used before on channel, but my favorite Slant of the ones that I've used, modern and old. And this is the SR71 Slant razor from the Holy Black. This is a very thick, very heavy stainless steel handle and then a zinc coated head here. And, well, it's a zinc head and it's coated with a black, like PVD or something. This was modeled, it doesn't really say it on the site, but looking at it, it's modeled after an old Bakelite razor. I think it was made in Germany. I had one that I got from Scott. He sent it to me to try out, and it broke in the mail, unfortunately, on the way. Bakelite razors can be a little testy, and for whatever reason, the box got smashed and the razor got broken. But it looks exactly like this. It's got like a red head, I think. I'm pretty sure like a cast was made of that razor for this. But that doesn't bother me in any case. I never used the Bakelite version, but I've used this and it's wonderful. It's a little testy. You know, it's not perfect tolerances, so you gotta play with the blade tab sticking out just a little bit to make sure it's aligned perfectly on both sides. And there's a little play between the top cap and the bottom cap when they're just sitting together until you tighten it down, so that, you know, it does take a little bit of playing with just to make sure that you got proper blade alignment there. But I did that before the shave, so I'm not gonna have to hassle that with it while I'm on camera. And I'm using a Schick, a modern Schick DE blade made in Germany. I haven't looked in a while, but last I checked, those are still only available at TRC, over at the razor company. They're made in Germany, but they're made for the South African market. I found a couple places for sale online that sell them down in South Africa, but of course they don't ship anywhere outside of that region. So, as far as I know, the only place you can get them for the rest of the world is via TRC. They're a little pricey, but I quite like them. I had like 4 days growth, if you didn't notice there. Pretty heavy growth. I always have pretty heavy growth. Been a while since I shaved. I was gonna shave, this is Monday morning for me. I was gonna shave this weekend, and then I just didn't. Had a fun weekend with the kids, the family, the wife. We went out fishing on Saturday. My daughters are young and are finally getting a little bit more patient on stuff and learning how to swim and everything. And so we took him out to the coulees, out to like a little pond here. Well, it's technically an overflow of the river. But he's got fish in there from the river, so we went. I've taken my wife's younger sister out there for panfish and stuff when we had a good time. Me, my wife, and her back in the day. So I thought we'd take the kids out there, and took the girls out on the kayak for the first time. Caught some perch. I caught a couple pike. It was fun times. This razor is super smooth, by the way. Even with this growth, it has no problem, just one big swipe. I like to do the shorter swipes, but just to show you, like super efficient, but very smooth. It's got that, they built slants back in the day as supposed to be more efficient than a standard DE. You had the scything action of that torqued blade instead of a straight cutting action, so you would get a smoother cut. And in general, I kind of agree with it. In my experience, slants have been very smooth but efficient for the most part. I have this one of a vintage Merker, one of the really old ones with like a thin handle. But it's the same as the current Merker slant. They haven't changed that design in however many years it's been available. That might be the only other slant I currently own. I think I might have a PA Bakelite slant. I did not care for those. I tried it a couple times. I think it's too light. I think it's the Bakelite. I think it's too light, so I have a tendency to put too much pressure on there. But if I don't put enough pressure, it doesn't go as smooth. It's kind of a 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I used to have the Rex slant razor there, the adjustable console. It didn't really work out for me. I tried for a long time. I really wanted it to. I tried it when it first came out from Scott, and I liked it, and I bought my own, and it just didn't work out for me. Something about the geometry. I kept getting nicks and cuts, and couldn't figure out why. Eventually, I gave up on it. I tried a bunch of slants from Sack, one of our other groomsmen there. He's got a whole bunch of made in the US slants, the Valencia, and I can't remember any of them now, but he sent me like 3 or 4 of them to try once. I did like a whole slant week, and it was pretty awesome. And they were all fun to use. But this one, I like this one. It's just super smooth. It hits all those boxes for me, you know. Smooth, efficient. If you don't like the handle's a little, it takes a little getting used to. It's really short. The weight doesn't bother me one way or the other. Like it's pretty heavy. Like it's very handle heavy. But the short handle, it's okay. It doesn't wow me, but it doesn't bother me either. But it's got thinner threading, so if you wanted to put your own handle on there, or you know, from another razor, you definitely could. I do have another black handle. From the Dark Stag razor I got from Sally's Beauty Supply back in the day. It actually looks very similar to this handle. It's just longer and narrower. I've used that on this before and it works well. It's just so smooth. I did say one of its deficiencies was it's not like the modern stainless steel machine razors you're going to get from like Yates, where the tolerances are really minimal and they really machine the heck out of it, and the blade's going to fit right in there. There's wiggle room in there, so you got to adjust a little bit, which is kind of a pain. The other one, and it's kind of true of all slant razors, not just this slant razor, is if you have facial hair, you go T or whatever, it is kind of a pain to do lineups around that existing facial hair with that slant razor, just because it's not that straight edge. It's it's a little off center, feels a little different, and I have had a tendency to cut into my chin hairs or whatever when I didn't mean to. Third pass against the grain. Still super smooth. This is one of those razors, it's so smooth and efficient that it makes it fun to use. Even on my neck, which is some of the thickest area where the hair follicles group together really tight, no hesitation, just right through it. And I have heard that the Wonder Bar by Razor Rock, which is also a slant razor and stainless steel, and it looks similar. The bottom, the base plate doesn't look the same with that thick base plate. It's not thick all the way around. It's got it's kind of hollowed, so it's just like a ridge. Anyways, the Wonder Bar does not have that. But I heard or I read on their site that this was modeled after the same, or the Wonder Bar was modeled after the same razor that this one was. And so I kind of wanted to try the Wonder Bar one day. I've heard mixed reviews about that one, where people will be like, oh, it's super good. I was kind of going across the grain on that one, wasn't I? But then some people keep saying it has a tendency to bite. And even Razor Rock has said, they made some changes and came out with a new slant razor that was supposed to replace the Wonder Bar. And then apparently a lot of people really missed the Wonder Bar, and so they brought that back too, so they're selling both. I don't know. I wouldn't mind this in a stainless steel, with a slightly better tolerances, so I didn't have to fiddle with the blade, so to speak. But I'm not convinced, based off the reviews, that the Wonder Bar and this would be the same shave. And honestly, I think if I got the Wonder Bar, I would just be disappointed because this is so good. I don't think it can be beat. It's fairly cheap. I think it's $60 if you buy it brand new from Holy Black. I see one of the buy sell trade groups or on eBay or whatever fairly often. Or not fairly often, often enough. Or Murphy McNeil. This kind of sideways across my neck is a pass that I can't do with every razor as much as I try, or I do a little bit but kind of modified. So yeah, a few touch-ups, but man, next level smoothness right there. As far as like efficiency goes, this like competes with the winning for efficient in my book. For like closeness, BBS, like how long this is gonna last. It's just so smooth. Marvelous shave. I'm gonna do a quick cold water rinse though. Be right back for splash and final thoughts. Alright, thanks for sticking with me. Back here for splash. Woo! That was almost a mistake. Splash and final thoughts. So matching Rendezvous Splash by 345 Shave. They got a nice little splash here. You can read the ingredients on there. You got water, alcohol, witch hazel, hydrovance, rose, hydrosol, jojoba oil, apricot oil, almond oil, silk proteins, aloe, vitamin E, and good old polysorbate 20, which is in everything. It's a nice splash, smells fantastic. Just like the soap, that really, really nice Versace Pour Home. Slight sting, just a little. Went away already. I got a little ingrown hair right here. I was picking at it. I think that made some sting in there. But efficiency-wise, like the end of that shave, stupid smooth. It's like up there with the winning for one of my favorite razors. Like I said, it's my favorite slant. I think it's going to be the title of the video, so you probably already noticed that. It's just a next level of efficiency for me. It really, really gets there. I think it's a little bit more efficient than the Merkur. I enjoyed it more. Unfortunately, I really wanted to enjoy the Rex version. Stainless steel, I had a gold plated and everything. It didn't work out for me. But most people, I understand, really, really like it. I get some questions about why I don't have it anymore. You know, it's the smoothest and everything else, and I think it is a great razor. It just didn't work out for me. I really like this one though, the SR71. I mean, it's nothing special. Like I said, it's got some kind of a pain with the wiggling the head to make sure everything's all aligned, but it's worth it, I think. In the end, if you like slant razors, I mean, it was super efficient, super smooth. Had no problem tackling down multi-days growth. It doesn't even blink an eye at that, just swipes straight through it. But that was the shave. I hope you enjoyed it. The scent is fantastic. 345 is an awesome company. Check them out. Really, really reasonably priced compared to a lot of other companies there. I said I think it's 15 or 16 bucks for a 5.3 ounce tub, which is quite good. And the soap was good. I think he's changed the base since I bought this one. It's been a while. I haven't bought anything new from there in quite some time. And I know they have a membership club as well, which is cool. I got a Ketosin club from there. Toasting Cabin, which is one of the new ones. I think that was from that club, and I got it off the buy sell trade page. That one was really good as well. So good stuff there. Check them out. Let me know if you've tried the SR71, what you think about it, or what you think about slants in general. Hit me up in the comments, and I will see you next time.